We saw that we had floor seats, row 2. We were row 2 on the floor of this Usher concert in Chicago, y'all. I was so excited. Usher is literally one of my favorite artists of all time. I was just telling Corey, I think that Usher is probably the first artist that I just loved, like that I cried over his music and would listen to it like, man, I'm your number one. I won't stop until I see you, sugar. You know who you are. This is for my number one. I was his number one when I was a kid. And it's just so crazy because I have dreamed of the day of seeing him up close and personal. And y'all over here laughing at me. They laughing at me, Truth Nation. Ben Jammin and DJ Brothers, they laughing at me because I had the experience of a lifetime when this brother Usher Raymond, Usher baby, he came down to the floor and he walked past me, and I got a video with him walking past me, and he looked at me, y'all. He looked at me. He looked at me in this video, and he looked at me when he was on stage, and he was pointing at me on stage. I wasn't trying to overreact, but I know he was looking at me. But what's even crazier, y'all know he does a little bit with the cherries, right?
He's gonna put a cherry in your mouth.
He wasn't gonna put a cherry in my mouth, but I'm sure if I would have asked, he would have done it because that's how close I was to him.
I mean, he went to the Diddy party, so he'll do anything.
Okay, all right.
Bruh.
It's not about that right now. He came down to the middle, right where I was at, and he had the chairs. He said, I usually don't come down into the middle and do the cherry thing, but I'm going to do it right here, right now. So he was giving the ladies the cherries literally right in front of me pretty much. And then he was looking for a married couple.
Ooh.
And there was a married couple in my row. Mm-hmm. So this brother, Usher Raymond, y'all, Usher baby, USHERRAYMOND, he literally came in my row and he walked on my seat, and I had to touch his mink coat that he was wearing while he was giving out those cherries to the lovely husband and wife. And he said, listen here, brother, I'm not about to feed your wife no cherries. You gonna have to feed your wife the cherries. But it was the fact that it was in my row 2. He literally had to go past me, and I touched him. He looked at me, and I touched him, and he looked at me, and it was just magical. So no, I did not get to actually traditionally formally meet Usher, but he saw me, I saw him, we saw each other. He was in my videos, and I do not mind being a fangirl for Usher Raymond. So if y'all follow me on Instagram at Carrie Noni _ CARRI, it's on. If y'all are on the YouTube page, you see what it is. But if you ain't and you just listening, CARRIENONI _ I'm gonna post a compilation video of me reacting to Usher in the moments. I have multiple videos with him in my video. And I'm fangirling. I ain't no shame in my game. Ain't no shame in my game. Like, what would you do if you had one of your favorite artists of all time literally right in front of you? You a fangirl, wouldn't you? A little bit? Maybe a little bit. This is of all time, y'all. So it ain't no shame in my game. We ain't gonna talk about Diddy right now. We ain't gonna talk about Justin Bieber right now. We just gonna talk about the fact that I got to touch Usher, and I was on the screen and all that. My friend hit me up. She was like, girl, you were just on the screen with Usher. I said, girl, he's right here. He's right here. And shout out to Corey, because he was so supportive. He was recording me because he know what this moment meant to me. He know what this moment meant to me. And obviously, I ain't doing nothing disrespectful, because some girls, if I would have been brought on stage, like, some girls get real disrespectful. And it's like, don't be disrespectful. But he was happy for me to be able to experience that moment. And I can't wait for the day that I get to actually meet Usher and show him, like, oh my God, you was right there. But that's where I was Monday. Yeah. And we got back so late. Like, we didn't even really get back. We had stopped. And I was just like, you know what? we just gonna wait here, and then I'm gonna just get back to Milwaukee when I get back.
Yeah, I ain't never seen somebody so excited to almost catch an STD.
Excuse the heck out of me.
You tell him talking about this story. And,
actually, you're really close to catching an STD because you got Hazel baby in your house kissing on you with her little herpes on her lips. So what are you talking about?
First off,
I think you need to worry about the bump on your own dog and leave Usher Raymond alone.
First off, I'm black, and
what does that mean?
So dogs don't kiss us in the mouth.
Oh, okay. They just eat the chicken, the roasted chicken that you buy them, huh? That's what they do. They eat popcorn. Yeah, that's what they do. You trying to kill your dog. You got other things that you need to worry about, Benjamin. Like, you need to be promoting your album. Let's talk about that. Hollywood Hooks.
There we go.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. We don't need to be bringing up other things about Usher.
I'm just saying, when it comes down to Usher, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, though.
And we leaving it at that.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
And we leaving it at that. And we leaving it there. That is where it stops.
You really wanted him to put that in your mouth, though?
No, put what in my mouth?
The cherry.
No, I didn't want him to put no cherry in my mouth. Yeah, I was so close to him, y'all. And when I post this video, make sure you actually. He smells so good. Make sure you actually.
You better give Jesus this type of worship. You ain't never talking about Jesus on these airwaves like this.
I do be talking about Jesus on these airwaves like this. Are you kidding me?
This people's problem right now.
Y'all be calling me a Bible thumper as much as I go hard for Jesus. As much as I go, you over here throwing Rock Nation up every chance you get. You're not even part of Rock Nation. What are you talking about? Idling people and idling things. I am part of Rock Nation. Worshiping people and worshiping things.
I'm part of Rock Nation. We just had Huey V in the building. I'm part of Rock Nation.
Whatever. Let's ask Huey V that question.
Yeah, we can.
How about that? Someone who actually is a part of Rock Nation. You know what? You over here trying to steal my joy.
You know,
you over here trying to steal my joy. I think it was beautiful, and my happiness for being able to be in the presence of Usher, being that close to him, where he literally walked right past me. He walked across my purse.
You know what?
Because my purse was in the seat. He had to walk over it. And I was like, oh my God.
I do got a question though, like for real.
Oh my God, here you go.
When it comes to the Usher performance, what was your most favorite moment about his performance? Was it just him coming out on the stage? Or was
that
it a song
was it.
That he did
nope,
that was just...
Nope. Him coming down and was that close to me. I was in the video with him. He looked at me in the video and then looked at the camera. He knew what was going on.
You were that close to danger.
He knew what he was going. He knew. He knew what was going down.
Took it in the back.
He knew what was going down. I wasn't getting taken nowhere, and wherever I was going, Corey was going with me, bro.
All right.
But that's just what I wanted to tell y'all, Truth Nation, that I just had the time of my life, and I appreciate Shake so much for plugging me with those tickets. And I kept telling him, I was like, man, I really do appreciate this for real. And I'm gonna text him again. I'm like, man, I had such a good time. But I can't wait to post this compilation video on my Instagram page, because y'all just gonna see how shocked I was that all of this was happening. And I was just in the video like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is, oh my God, oh my God. He walked past me so close, Ben. I literally could have grabbed a cherry from the bowl myself.
Wow.
If I really wanted to.
No, I saw your video. You were pretty close. Like, you know,
yeah, I showed it to you, fam.
Yeah, that's crazy. But at the same time, I'm just glad you got a chance to enjoy that moment, though. Like, Usher really is really big to you, you know.
Oh my God.
And at the end of the day, you know, when it comes down to Usher and all these artists out here, you know, you really got to learn how to build relationships with them. You know, stay in relationships with them even after things are over. And it's interesting because, you know, Nick Cannon was just talking about his relationship with Mariah Carey.
You want to get into that?
Yeah, we should. Because if it was Mariah Carey out there and Usher put a cherry in her mouth, he might not have liked it.
He wouldn't, because it comes down, and you know what? I'm glad we're going to talk about Nick Cannon, because really we're going to talk about ego. And the fact that, because a lot of y'all were saying like, oh, Corey, that he's so nice that he came with you and he was recording you and everything. That's because he don't have no ego like some of you men. I didn't say all, but some of you men need to get your egos checked like a Nick Cannon. And that is exactly why we are going to get into Nick Cannon and the comments that he made about Mariah Carey on a podcast, because this brother is always on a podcast just yapping about all of his relationship issues. But anyway, y'all, that's what we're going to get into. So 833-212-1017. We're about to tap into Nick Cannon and some things that he said on the other side, but we are going to take some of your phone calls when we get back. So make sure you guys keep it locked. I saw Usher, y'all, second row on the floor. Y'all can't tell me nothing. All right? It's Jammin' with Juice.
Don't touch that dial. You are Jammin' with Juice on 101.